This, the local project video, is sponsored by Surfshark VPN.
The feeling of the home is like a cocoon. The angles and the curves really wrap around you, and despite the hard surfaces, it has a surprisingly calming and comforting feel to it.
Hi, I'm Michelle Orszaczky and this is Rebecca Clayton, and we're the directors of Clayton Orszaczky.
And this is our Grove House project, for which I was the project architect.
This project is in Woollahra in Sydney's east. The whole suburb is almost a heritage conservation area full of Victorian housing and terrace housing types.
And given that this house was a heritage item, we really wanted to preserve the original fabric of the dwelling and connect our addition sensitively. So as you enter the front part of the house, which is the original heritage dwelling, you have the more formal rooms to the left and the right, which connects to the dining space. So directly in front of the front entry in the void space is the original timber staircase of the house, which takes you up to the bedroom spaces. Past the timber staircase are the new additions to the home that we designed, being the family space and the kitchen and service areas of the house. The clients for this house were fantastic. We actually strangely worked with them at our previous firm, Alex Popov, where Michelle and I also met. And they were, I guess, very adept in the process of designing a home and were on board with the ideas that we had from the beginning. The original house was really disconnected from the garden, so that was a core driver for the design of this new dwelling, was that it would connect with the grove. In fact, it was one of the main aspects of the brief that the client brought to us, that it must connect to the grove and to the garden.
Yes, so there is a shared private garden between about 5 or 6 of the terrace houses in the immediate vicinity. It's called the Grove, and it's quite like the English Mews, or the model of the English Mews that you see in the UK. And the 5 or 6 houses that surround it all tend to it and use it. It also creates a real sense of community and is often the scene for a kid's party or a casual conversation. In terms of the landscape, we collaborated with Tanya Wood, landscape architect, and she designed both the garden at ground level and the roof garden. So with any addition to a heritage item, there's always a dialogue between new and old that you must address, and we did specifically choose to contrast to the existing form with the new addition.
And to further emphasise that contrast, we used off-form concrete, steel windows, timber veneer and black porcelain in the kitchen.
The use of concrete provided mass in a similar way as the original use of masonry. So there's a natural dialogue between mass and aperture in the building. And certainly as we transition between the existing house and the new house, we pick up the proportional ratios of the terrace house form and repeat them as we transition to the more dynamic forms of the new addition.
Relationship between form and lighting in this project is key. So drawing north and eastern light into the back part of the family room and kitchen spaces informed the entire shape of the dwelling. And the large expanse of glass to the western elevation was also really key to that idea of connecting to the grove and drawing light into the rear spaces of the dwelling.
Now sitting here and I think about the project, my favourite part is the soft form of the exterior and looking at it from the grove and thinking about the contribution that the form of this building has made to the grove and the shared community space.
For me, I'm most proud of how happy our clients are and how the project really reflects their brief and how the shapes and forms really surprised them and challenged what they we're expecting to see at the end of the process.
This, the local project video, is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. Surfshark is a privacy protection tool that keeps your online identity secure. This virtual private network enables you to browse safely from anywhere around the globe. With the recent rise in flexible working arrangements, it's increasingly appealing for designers and creative professionals to work from myriad locations around the world. While there are endless benefits to this, there's also significant risk due to threatening data breaches and cybercriminals. With Surfshark, you can encrypt your online data and secure your personal information while travelling or working remotely. Another appealing feature is the ability to change your virtual location, meaning you can bypass tricky geo-restrictions and access the websites you depend on from anywhere in the world. With over 3,200 servers in more than 100 countries, Surfshark VPN is an essential digital tool for any discerning creative. Head to the link in the video description and use the code LOCALPROJECT to get 83% off and 3 extra months for free.